Unafraid Show, right or wrong. It's Monday. It is Man Monday. Thank you guys for joining me today. I appreciate your time. Appreciate your energy per the usual. Got a bunch of great things up on track for you guys today. It is Man Monday. You know, where we talk about things that men, fathers, we want to hear about, we want to talk about that they aren't talking about other places. And hell yes, you women are welcome. You can, we need you to join in and all that. Always, per usual, make sure you like the feed, share the feed, continue the conversation on the Unafraid Show. So here's what we got up for you guys today. Yeah, we'll get to Atlanta and legalizing gambling and all that, but we got bad decisions today. We got butt ripped jeans, esports leagues, dating women with fake bodies, and legalizing sports gambling. So we got all that on track for you guys today. First of all, we will start out with the quote of the day, which I always like to do now, which is, I don't know who said it, but it's one of my favorite quotes. It's, don't be afraid to stand on a pile of no's for one yes. Don't be afraid to stand on a pile of no's for one yes. So where we're going to get started today is this bad decisions thing, because I always think about this because when I see people on the street, whether they're homeless, whether they are, seem to be drug addicted or whatever, I always think like, how many bad decisions does it take to get to this point? I always wonder this. You guys, it's Unafraid Show. Make sure you swipe up, share the feed, continue the conversation. How many bad decisions does it take to get to this bad spot? Because it made me think about this the other day, because I was driving down the street. I saw a man, he was like tweaking, he was sitting on a bench. He was tapping his foot like, he very clearly the man was on drugs or having some type of psychiatric incident or something. And I leaned over, I was talking to Nish, and I was like, hey, yo, like how many bad decisions? No, I said there goes 50 bad decisions right there. Like it took 50 bad decisions to get to that point. And she was like, I don't think it took 50. And then that reminded me of in Vegas and how I even came up with this whole how many bad decisions theory was in Vegas. There's a dude, I haven't seen him there the last 2 times I've been to Vegas, and I've been there twice in the last 6 months. Next to the MGM, like on the way towards like the M&M store and all that, there's like, food and shops and all that. And there used to be a guy that used to sit there with a wedding dress on. Older dude, white hair, used to be sitting there with a dirty wedding dress on, and people would come up and take pictures with him and give him some money for taking a picture with him. And I was like, damn, like how many bad decisions does it take to get to the point where you're sitting on Las Vegas Boulevard in a wedding dress, a dirty wedding dress at that, just hoping people want to take pictures with you, and you smell like booze and ass. And I was like, how many bad decisions? Because like this is not in my mind, I was like, this is not a one bad decision thing. Like this has to be like 35 to 50 bad decisions. Like, I'm going to do some drugs. I'm going to move. Like, I'm going to run away from home. This is a series of bad events. And when Denisha made the comment, I was like, damn, like you might be right. Like, this is not like 1 or 2 bad decisions. Like, this is like 5, 6, 7, like continual bad decisions in a row. Like, oh yeah, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to date this person. I'm going to smoke this crack. I'm going to do this heroin. I'm going to quit my job. I'm going to leave my family. I'm going to do all, like, these are the kind of bad decisions that lead to that. So I want you guys to think about this. Like, how many bad decisions does it take to get to those type of places? And really, like, how much character like involves in this? Because us as parents, dads, moms, dad, whatever, a lot of times people don't want to make their kids upset. Like, oh, I want to be my kid's friend. I want them to tell me everything. I want all this. But then we're not focusing on their character, and we're letting stuff like pass by and drift by and just get passed over. Oh yeah, it's okay to cheat on the test. It's okay. But these things lead to other bad decisions down the road. And that's how you end up in a wedding dress on Las Vegas Boulevard waiting for people to take pictures with you. That's just my theory. That's just what I believe in the bad decision category. Because it takes a lot. I think more than Denisha thinks. She thinks it takes, 5, 6 bad decisions to end up there. I'm like, no, that's like 50. Like, you had a lot of opportunities. The next thing up, butt ripped jeans. Okay. So I'm walking around, and mind you, already, like, butt ripped jeans shouldn't really be that big of a deal, because right now we see all these women running around with these skimpy ass shorts on, showing the booty meat at the bottom. Showing the booty meat at the bottom. But now butt ripped jeans are in play. Like, these are like fashionable. And I'm gonna be honest, like, I'm as visually stimulated as the next guy. Like, sometimes, yes, you do like to see the short shorts. Yes, you do like to see all of this. But, like, and yes, the idea of ripped jeans sounds good. But, of course, the usual, yeah, but it's not for everybody. Not for everybody, but everybody. I mean, like me, I'm not equipped for skinny jeans. Not because I'm not super fat, but just because my body is not equipped for skinny jeans. I can buy me skinny jeans, but that doesn't mean my ass should be in skinny jeans. But here's where the butt ripped jeans thing goes wrong for me. Is that it's like a novelty thing. Like, it's like a novelty. And when it becomes a full-fledged fashion statement, it takes away from, like, the sexuality and the entire, like the whole novelty of it. I mean, think about this. Now, everybody, like, so if everybody or this becomes a common thing wearing butt ripped jeans, think about the G-string bikini, the Sir Mix-a-Lot videos. Like, it used to be like when you went to the beach or you were on vacation and you saw a chick in a G-string, you'd be like, oh, wow, like, damn, okay. It's lost its novelty. Like, it's literally lost its novelty because it's such commonplace. It's turned into such commonplace that you don't get the same, like, that you don't get the same thrill out of it. And I want these things to remain novelty. Because when I know strange things happen in Vegas. But we went to go eat. I was with my entire family, all 6 of us. Wife, 4 kids. We go to the Link to go to one of my favorite places in Vegas called Hash House A Go-Go. And we leave out. And, well, I'm sorry, as we're walking in, we see like a whole group of women with sheer dresses on. They all have sheer dresses on. All of them. Like the ones where, like, it just barely covering the nipple, barely covering, downstairs, all of that. Barely covering it all. All of them have the outfit on. They don't have on the same outfit, but some variation version of it. J-Lo was the first one to do this when she had on that green dress with Puffy. And now everybody's doing this damn thing. Everybody's dressing like this. And I was like, this is whack. Like, it was cool when it happens every now and then. But then everybody had it on. I'm like, that's not tight. Like, and then it just destroyed all the novelty for it. And then some of them weren't cute anyway. But here's the other thing. When we came out of there, when we came out of Hash House, so I got my 6-year-old, 7-year-old, then 11-year-old, and 17-year-old at the time. The valet pulls the car back up. We're getting in the car. There are some chicks getting arrested. They are butt-ass naked damn near getting arrested on Las Vegas Boulevard. Inside where the Link valet is. And I was like, come on, man. Like, come on, man. Like at some point in time, I know we all get to be us. We all get to, like, live how we want to live, dress how we want to dress. Not supposed to body shame, none of that. But damn, like, come on, man. like at some point in time, like you have to be like, okay, I'm not gonna dress like everybody else. I'm gonna dress like me, like this is cool or something. You guys watching Unafraid Show, swipe up, share the feed, continue the conversation on Unafraid Show. And that led me to my next thing, because everybody is always putting these, whether it's fake asses, whether it's in these butt ripped jeans and in the little bitty short shorts. And that got me thinking about these fake bodies. That got me thinking about fake body dating. And whether it's Kim Kardashian, whether it's Hazel E., whether it's Pamela Anderson, or the chick that works at your job, chick from church, chick at your kids' baseball, football games, whoever it is, chick at the club, whoever it is, I am like, and how this came up for me is one of my young cats that I talk to all the time. He starts talking to this reality star, this reality TV star, who has a body like this, a completely fake body, didn't look like this in high school, didn't look like this 5 years ago, didn't look like this at all. And he's enamored with her. And I'm sitting there like, come on, man. Like, that's not how she looks. Like, you cannot possibly think about, oh, I really want to date this young lady with this fake body. Knowing, okay, I get it. You want the temporary thing. Okay, whatever. But if you're talking about long-term potential, like, this is not the deal. Like, how are your kids going to look? If you're expecting, because I get it, she's visually stimulating, that's she's got a bomb body. I get it. It looks good. It's fun. It's all of that. But I'm sitting there like, come on, man. Like, you know, it's not going to be tight as she continues to get older. Have you seen Pamela Anderson age? She's not aging that well. She's not. Like, it's all drooping, sagging, and there's only so many times you can pull it, tug it, and tuck it. There's only so many times. There's only so much skin elasticity that you have before it gets all, like, just wrinkled. Before it just gets all wrinkled and whack. And then these are the women that get replaced by younger models. Not younger actual models, but younger models of themselves. Because if you're going to sit up there, like, and do that, I'm like, okay, how much is too much, though? Because you got, like, how much is too much before you're like, okay, I know that my kids won't look like this. I know she won't look like this as we get older. Okay, fake breasts, okay, no big deal. Because those are easy. Those are, like, normal, commonplace. It's not messing with your face. It's not really going to, like, tamper with your body, especially like if you were a woman who had no breasts and then turn around and got some. Like, and you didn't go like double, quadruple D's, F's, all of that. That's a totally different story. Totally different story. Or fake hair. Fake hair. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. But when you start getting into the fake face, fake nose, fake ears, fake lip injections, cheek injections, pec injections, calf injections. I mean, come on, man. Come on, man. You know it's not going to look like that when you get old. So I don't understand why dudes marry the fake body. I get why you want to date it for a little bit. Seems fun. I did that when I was younger. I must admit. But come on, man. That's not where you want to be in this life. That is not where you want to be in this. Next thing up is esports. Esports are taking over real sports. And no longer are the days of your valid parenting. Well, your parenting statements validated by, oh, video games are bad for you. They're bad for your health. There's no future in that. You're a lazy bum kid playing video games all the time. No, this is a real life vocation and a job. So much so that there are colleges giving out scholarships for gaming. Yes, esports scholarships. You got UC Irvine. They're building complexes, arenas, all of this stuff. Think about this. UC Irvine, University of California, Irvine. They built a 3,500 square foot arena, 72 gaming monitors, customized chairs. Same thing at Robert Morris University. Like, gaming can subsidize all or even half up to all of your tuition. Just like you are a professional, professional college football or basketball player. And think about this as well. Esports had over $756 million in revenue in 2017. And in 2018 is going to end up over $1 billion. Over $1 billion. Like, let's put that into context. The NBA generated $7 billion in 2017. $7 billion. These are leagues that have been around for a long, long time. The NFL, $13 billion, which is the biggest by far. MLB, $10 billion. NHL, $4 billion. NASCAR and MLS. Like here is where esports fits. Esports generates more money than NASCAR and MLS, Major League Soccer. I know you didn't think it was that big, but it's that big and it's growing. It's going to catch the NHL in like 3 years. The NHL which is at $4 billion right now. It's going to catch the NHL. So when you look at the summertime and these kids have camps like these ID camps, these colleges have camps to teach kids how to program, how to build servers, how to do all these stuff and technical things as it applies to gaming, as it applies to any of that. You should really consider this. I know you want them to be a doctor, a lawyer, or something like that. But a game engineer, a game programmer, not just a game player, but the people who create the games, invent the games, design the servers, design the graphics, any of that, put your kid in that. That is the future. And they can be doing something that they really, really enjoy doing as well. It's creative, thought process, all of that. Like even in high school, gaming leagues are being created in high schools. In Orange County, they have full-blown leagues, man. They have full-blown leagues, which CIF pretty soon is going to have an e-gaming league. Where so your kid can compete in basketball in football in the winter, or soccer in the spring, and then esports in another time of the year. I mean, really think about how big of a shift this is, not like in the culture, like in the world. When your kid now has a different option of work. Like working in a factory is no longer an option. It's not a real thing, a real job anymore. There are few people who do that. Robots do all of that. Our cars are starting to be self-driving. This is the future for your damn kids. I'm telling you this. The last thing that we got up today is the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court rules on sports betting. And there are a lot of people who have been opposed to sports betting on so many levels. They've been opposed to it because they feel like it's going to damage the integrity of the game, of professional sports. It's dangerous, all of this. And I think that is 100% baloney and false. I think it's BS. Because it would be different if there weren't sports gambling going on already. And it's illegal. So here's the thing about it. Is that the problem with, they're like, oh, people are going to start fixing games. And if the NFL moves to Las Vegas, if there's sports gambling legalized in every state, they'll start fixing games. No. It's actually like if the majority of the sports betting is above board in every state. It would actually be easier to find when there is impropriety going on, when there are matches being fixed, games being fixed, because they would know where the money's going. Like how much is being bet on each game, how much is being bet. So it would actually increase the integrity of the leagues. And the leagues want in on this. And I love it how the leagues tried to pretend initially until Adam Silver blew the lid off, saying that sports gambling, NBA commissioner, saying that gambling is not a problem, that they want to be inside of the gambling world. They pretended like it was because of the integrity of the game, but it wasn't. It was about money. The leagues were trying to figure out how they could get more money and be more sustainable, and gambling's one way. And then they put it out publicly. Oh, yeah, we only want 1%. We only want 1% of the bets. But as I talk to a bookie, as I talk to a man who owns a significant gambling establishment and program, he said that amounts to about 20% of the profits for casinos, for state-run organizations, anybody else. That this is who is being targeted and how much money it is. So I found that very, very interesting. So the Supreme Court, what they actually did today is they ruled that in the Murphy versus the NCAA case, that Professional and Amateur Sports Protection Act, known as PASPA, that it violated the U.S. Constitution, which overturned the federal law that had been in place since 1992 that directly prohibited sports betting in 46 states. Prohibited in 46 states. So, but don't cancel your bookie yet, though. Like, don't put your bookie out the pasture because it's still not happening yet. Because the states now then have to approve sports gambling, and you know that they're going to be hoarding licenses. They're going to be hoarding licenses and charging an arm and a leg for them the same way that they do the marijuana licenses in these states. California, it costs you about $1 million to get a marijuana license. How much do you think it's going to cost you to get a gambling license? It's only going to be big corporations that are going to be in business or in play to do this. Because they want the revenue. And the leagues are super excited because now they've created a way to be more sustainable long term, despite TV revenue, any of this. Because now the NFL's revenue is going to jump from, once it's legalized, from $13 billion, $14 billion, maybe $15 billion. That $2 extra billion, which is going to continue to grow as well, that can offset anything possible, whether it's low TV ratings, whether it is, people boycotting, whatever it is, the NFL, NBA, MLB, all of these leagues are now more sustainable. Another thing I'm going to talk about in another couple of days, though, is NASCAR. Oh, God, I can't wait to talk about NASCAR because NASCAR is not going to, because I find it interesting that people point out the NFL ratings were down. People point out the NFL rating. Oh, it's because of the boycott. Nobody cared. Like nobody wants to see politics in sports. NASCAR ratings super down. So much so that the people that own NASCAR are trying to sell NASCAR for real. Trying to sell NASCAR because the ratings are down so far. Wonder why. That is just another sign that it has nothing, that people not watching the NFL or sports going down, the ratings going down, had nothing to do with anything that people said it did. You guys are watching Unafraid Show, Rights to or Wrong. Thank you guys for joining me today. Appreciate your time, energy. Don't forget to email your comments, questions to unafraidshow@gmail.com. Always got time for you guys. Appreciate it. We will catch you guys tomorrow. Don't forget to download the podcast on iTunes or anywhere else that you watch it. We'll catch you guys later on. Peace out.